Alright, welcome into this Spider-Man 2 PS5 review, and I'm just gonna get into it, right? So, before I start, play the game for 40 hours on the hardest difficulty, got the platinum, it's the platinum review, and there's gonna be no spoilers in the video at all. I'm not gonna like mention any specific thing that happened in the game. If I do, it's gonna be like loosely and like objectively, so like you can't tell what it is if you haven't played the game. Now, before I start, if you can leave a like, obviously helps a lot with the algorithm. Thank you if you do. However, I'm gonna do the video like I always do, you know, what I like, dislike, you know, platinum thoughts. That's gonna get into it all, and I'm gonna rank all the free games. What I think, you know, what's the best, what's the worst. I mean, like Insomnia games. I mean, Spider-Man. There's free right now. Now, granted, let's get into it. So basically, what I like the most about the game. Actually, let's do it like this. I'm just gonna name everything I like on top of my head. Story. Now, obviously, the thing of like, it's gonna be different from the first game is the story, obviously. Let's say Spider-Man PS4 and Miles Morales, right? Those are more like character evolving. Obviously, the characters evolve a lot in this game, but I feel like those games are more like they want to bring in emotions for you to like the characters, or like that's established here. That's not. I would say there's like cooler moments in the game. There's like cooler stuff that happens. There's like more memorable stuff that happens. Or like I feel like Spider-Man PS4 in particular, obviously the ending scene, you know what I mean. That's more like emotional, I think. I don't think this game has any emotion like that, but it has like, oh shit moments. If it that like, whoa, that just happened moments. So yeah, story very good, and I would say like this: let's say if you split the story up into 3 parts, right? Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Act 1 amazing. Act 2 it can be a little bit slow, it's good. But then Act 3 comes and like, oh wow, everything is building up. This is like, they build up very good in this game. And like, I feel like when they build it up, they do it in a way where like, nothing drags, right? Or like, let's say you play other games and at specific points, or like when you replay a game, right? Like you just want to get to that point. When I replay this game, when New Game Plus comes eventually, I'm not gonna drag, like I'm not gonna, obviously I'm gonna look forward to Act 3, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna rush to it. You know what I mean? That's how good the story is. What shines the most, I'm actually, before I talk about my favorite thing, what shines the most, let's talk about Kraven, right? Kraven, I didn't realize his importance in this game. And what I mean by that is like, okay, yeah, you saw in the trailers, he was spotted a lot, but like I didn't realize he was like almost, I think from villain's standpoint, he has the most time in the game. He has the most shine. Well deserved, well acted, incredible. Like his performance in the game was absolutely incredible. And once you face off with him, like it just incredible boss fight. Like the way they did Kraven was almost like done to perfection, and everything about him, like just everything about him was done so well. I didn't realize just that he's gonna be so good, like in the game. I didn't realize that. Now, the star of the show, the star of the game, obviously Venom, or like the black suit, the symbiote, whatever. But like specifically Venom. Oh, God damn, they nailed probably my favorite like Venom interpretation ever from anything, for any game or like movie, comic book of it, like not comic book wise, but just like, you know, from TV shows, movies, games, just like that genre of things, like the things you consume, right? Obviously you consume comics, but you know, you read it, you don't play it or watch it. So yeah, Venom perfectly done, perfectly done. Now let's talk about the gameplay. I would say Spider-Man PS4 does it very good. Spider-Man Miles Morales, the reason why I almost prefer that game a little bit more than PS4 version, I'm not, like, it depends on what day you ask me. It's because Miles Morales, I feel like, has better gameplay that outshines Spider-Man PS4, right? But this game, oh man, everything they added from the game standpoint. The fact, just a small thing like taking away the wheel that you have in the first game, and having like, you know, your quick access to, you know, triangle, square, X, circle, directly you can just shoot your abilities. And what you do when you shoot them, like when you activate them, you can change them up depending on like what type of ability you want. Obviously, let's say you have the X button. The X button can have 3 different abilities, and it makes the flow of the game, like they set up the flow of the game perfectly for you. Like it's not like you have all these abilities, right? And then you can just take anything you want and put anywhere you want. That's like, maybe some people like that, but from a gameplay standpoint, it's better that they just tell you, okay, this is what's supposed to be in square, pick one. This is what it's supposed to be in triangle, quick access, pick one. This is X, pick one. and that makes the flow of the combat perfect. Like it never stops. You just play, 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 play. Especially later on as you get into challenges, as you get into more, you know, in-depth stuff. Absolutely incredible, and I obviously love the. I think we all seen the GIF or the video of just, you know, either Spider-Man just going into the like enemies against the wall, and just you press square and you go with you know the feet. Just incredible stuff they added to the game. And I love that you can just add to the like I love juggling enemies. So for example, let's say you're in the air, you pull someone up, or you smash someone up. You can throw them down and then juggle with them, or you can just go underneath them with circle back to them and just automatically do a juggle thing. I love that type of stuff. Now, also something to add into the game is parrying. Now, with the way parrying works is with L1, and let's say in previous games you face a bigger enemy, shield enemy, your electric enemy, whatever you have. The enemy can attack you, and you can't like do anything. Like you just dodge backwards, or like you can't attack them in specific ways. For example, let's say there's a shield enemy, you have to go underneath them, pick them up, whatever, then hit them that way. But in this game, if you want to, let's say a big enemy attacks you, you can just wait, parry. Obviously, parry is not gonna be as easy as, you know, just avoid the attack, obviously, but risk reward. If you learn how to parry good in this game, you're gonna be a monster in this game. It's gonna destroy everything, especially if you play in the hardest difficulty like I did. Not that hard enough. I wish Ultimate was there immediately, but still, you know what I mean. So yeah, gameplay incredible. Now, gameplay I think is my favorite part of the game. With the one thing, this obviously includes with the gameplay. However, the goddamn traversal. Oh my god, just take zip. The traversal in this game, the wingsuit, like you see clips on Twitter, on YouTube, on X, whatever, social media basically. And when I was on vacation, because I played this game a week after launch, I saw how it works, right? I saw the new mechanics sometimes, like it's unavoidable some things. But I didn't like, it's not until I actually play it, you realize how good it is. Like you take the websuits, the web thing you have, right? You put it on the ground and you just slingshot your way up in the air. And there's like the super slingshot around the city where you can slingshot even further. But you can always slingshot with L2 and X anytime you want. And just glide throughout the city. And as you upgrade the glide to maximum, and you have like, it's basically two special moves. You have L1, you hold down L1 and press X or triangle. X is basically launching in the air more, triangle is basically launch yourself forward. And that's gonna make you just, you can just basically go how much you want, not endlessly, but insane amount of distance, right? For example, let's say you're gliding, you do triangle, then you do X, and you obviously those have to refill. But once you upgrade to maximum, you have the ability to do some tricks by holding down the square, right? Or whatever. You hold down the button and then like you do some tricks, and those tricks gonna basically take those chargers, charge them up faster, and then you can play the game, or you can just recharge again, faster again. Perfectly done, absolutely amazing. The other traversals are very good too, like the improved just web swinging around the city. You have swing assist now. If you have zero swing assist, it's not gonna like if you're close to the ground and you're supposed to fall, if you have it not aim assist, but swing assist up to 10, that's gonna like save you automatically. You're not ever gonna fall. But if it's 0, what makes it fun is gonna actually not fail. So you can actually adjust that to how you want. I think 5 is the perfect thing to start out with if you haven't played the game well, and then play with assist 0 like maybe a few hours into the game. Just incredible. And one thing before I move on, what I want to say about this game is the quality. Like I never felt I did too much of anything. It just left me wanting more of some things, and that's better than having just bloated areas. That's what I would say is the good parts of the game. Now let's get to the things that I would say is you can improve, or like that I didn't like. Now for MJ side missions I didn't like. I didn't mention that. Didn't bother me at all. The side missions were also fun, very good. I like them, but I do feel like there could have been more like meaningful side missions. There was one specific side mission I was waiting for the payoff, but they're basically teasing something else more in games going forward. Now the challenges though, that's like the side missions, but the side things that you do, the challenges are very fun. Actually, and they didn't overdo them. Like every single challenge that I did, you know, do this challenge with Mysterio, with Miles Morales, or do this challenge with the main character Spider-Man. I feel like it was a nice break actually. I didn't mind them whatsoever. So I really like the challenges in this game. Very well done. Very well done. But the things I didn't like then, number one, the game is just too easy. Even on spectacular, the hardest difficulty right off the bat, then obviously you unlock ultimate difficulty once you beat the game. I wish that was the case. I wish there was a trophy also, which another thing I'm gonna talk about is the trophy. The platinum is way too easy. I just wish there was like a beat the game on hard mode with just anything, right? Anything that make the game a little bit harder. But that's just me nitpicky. Now I will say one thing that I actually didn't know until later. You know the QTEs that you play in the game, specifically in the beginning, you have a lot of QTEs. There's no fail QTEs, and I actually like that when you fail, you have a specific cutscene. Basically, just pauses. I wish that was like I didn't know that, but like when I replay the game, I usually on purpose sometimes don't do the QTEs only because I want to see how the fail looks. Now I know when I replay the game, it's basically just gonna pause it. It's not gonna do anything. I just wish it wasn't like that, you know. That's all I'm saying. And this is not a spoiler, but like I did definitely react to it. If you've been on social media, you haven't like. If I mention the Adidas suit, I just say Adidas suit. You're gonna know what suit I mean. You know, with the hair and stuff on Miles Morales. Now, I wanna be just clear. The suit is, I think it's okay. It's not great. It's not horrible. I just think it's okay. What makes it weird is, without spoiling, it comes out at the end of the game where you can't change it directly. And it just like, you have Peter Parker there, you have Miles Morales there, and like he comes in and just, oh, this is my suit. Oh, that's my suit. And I'm there like, that's it? This is your ultimate suit? Like your OG suit is way better, but yeah. Not the best suit for the huge part of the game. Sorry about that. Now, something that a lot of people got me asked is these two questions. Well, I would rate it, and obviously, what's the best Spider-Man game? I do think it's obviously easily the best Spider-Man game, especially with traversal. It is hard to go back to the old Spider-Man games. Before I made this video yesterday, I played 15 minutes of both Miles Morales and Spider-Man PS4. The remastered on PS5, and I just did some side stuff, you know, around the city, just crimes, and you can tell like Spider-Man 2 PS5 is so much faster, it's so much quicker, so much better in my opinion, that it is hard to go back to those games. So like, and that's number one. Now, what's the second best? Here's the thing: Spider-Man PS4 has the better story, in my opinion, better characters, but like Miles Morales has way better gameplay in that game. Not way better, but pretty much better gameplay. And better traversal. So I feel like each game gets better. I feel like Miles Morales is a little bit better than Spider-Man PS4, but the story is better in Spider-Man PS4 than Miles Morales. But Spider-Man 2 PS5 has everything. It's like the only thing I can think of that people would prefer Spider-Man games is maybe the story of the first game is maybe better here. But this game has the moments, not maybe emotional, but has the cool moments in the game. It's just amazing. So yeah. And I was thinking about this when I first beat the game. I felt like I still think it's a masterpiece, but like I was thinking, I did have a few issues. Didn't have any bugs because again I played the game 1 week after launch, so I didn't play with the huge patch that came. Only had one crash, but that was just one crash is no crash, right? So like just one crash, and it was actually when I restarted the checkpoint at one point. I was like, why did it restart? But it just took me like 10 seconds to go back to the game, and then I didn't even care about it. In terms of like overall rating, I think this game is going to be like Returnal for me, and this is what I mean. The main game, when I first beat Returnal, when I first beat Spider-Man 2 PS5, I was debating on a 9.5 or a 10, right? But then Returnal got expansion, a free DLC that I played, and that DLC bumped it up from a 9.5 to a 10. It was just, that's a masterpiece now. Like, I replayed the game, I played the, the free expansion for like 10 hours in 2 days. It was incredible, and that made me like just love the game more. And I feel like Spider-Man 2 PS5, in order for get that 10, because I'm rating it 9.5 out of 10, to get that 10, I feel like it all depends how the expansion is going to be. If they nail all the expansions or the expansion, for sure this game is going to get an expansion, I think. Then I think it's going to be a 10 out of 10. Like the Game of the Year edition, for example, it's going to be a 10 out of 10. But the OG, without the DLC, is maybe a 9.5 for me. So yeah, Game of the Year contender for sure. Like just picking Game of the Year this year is going to be very, very hard. But yeah, if you're sticking around this long, thank you for watching. If you can like the video, obviously helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which is going to be Alan Wake 2. And I cannot wait to talk about that game. See ya.